Haley,
Thank you, John. It was great to be with you.
Thank you. Let's bring in the other side now. Miles Rapoport from the progressive think tank Demos. You say what Boeing did was wrong?
Well, I'd say this. I think that the role of the NLRB is to make sure that elections at companies can be fair and in a reasonable amount of time. And the NLRB historically has not done that over the last few years. In this case, the law is clear.
You want them to do more?
I do want them to do more. The record over the last 10 or 15 years has been that when there is a union election, the employers delay. They often do fire not only the union organizers, but rank-and-file workers who are in support of the union. And they have all kinds of unfair tactics. And I think in the Boeing case, I do think that the NLRB is enforcing the law. The law says very clearly that a company cannot say, we are moving jobs if you go out on strike. That's what Boeing did. The NLRB is enforcing the law. I think it's right.
Well, the court will decide if the law says that, but if the law says that, the law is an ass, because if it's my company and I built it with my money and my workers are going to go on strike every 3 years, why shouldn't I get to leave that state?
If what the company is doing is intervening in a union election by saying that we're going to fire people or we're going to move or we're going to close down the plant, that's against the law, and it should be against the law.
If I'm the employer who built the business, shouldn't I have the right to say, I don't want this group of unionized workers. I want this group, which I think will work for less or work harder or won't have all these rules. What about job creation? I mean, there's paperwork behind me. These are 80,000 pages of rules the government put out just last year. So isn't this one reason that there are fewer jobs? That every day, this is what they churn out every day. If I'm an employer, I say, oh my goodness, it's just safer, keep my company small, don't hire.
I would say this. The middle class in the United States is under incredible siege.
Yes.
I think what the president's doing right now is right on target, right on the money. He ought to be complimented.
And you're saying without the minimum wage and without these laws, all these unbelievable pile of laws, there would be a race to the bottom. But then how come most people get paid more than the minimum wage? There's no law for 95% of the workers. They get paid more because they are productive, and employers, if they want good workers, need to pay them more. That's the market. That's what works.
I would say the market works just fine in some situations. Listen, if we had no regulations, we'd have child labor still. We wouldn't have mandatory education K through 12. You know, we'd have